Hello Stampers, this is super awesome stamper Shirley Marker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wisconsin, USA. You are perhaps watching me in our private Facebook group, the Global SU Share For, or out on my YouTube channel when I eventually upload this to my YouTube channel. Facebook has changed the retention policy of our live videos, so to combat that and so that our work is not lost, we have been uploading our videos to YouTube. So you might be seeing me in one of two places. Either place, welcome. I hope you enjoy my presentation. I am going to take a moment to see if I'm going live in the right group. So bear with me. Yes, I see myself. And if anybody is watching, give me a shout out and let me know you're there. Okay, I'm going to get started and share with you a card using the Homemade Treats stamp set and die set. Oh, and I failed to mention, this is part of our 12 Days of Creativity starting November 1st through November 12th. The demonstrators in the Global SU Share Fair are sharing a demonstration video with you to inspire your creativity in a time right after Halloween and before the holidays kick in. So that's where we're at today. So my card features the Homemade Treats stamp and die set. So we got some fun little details there. Just quick, if you need to make a lot, it's a quick little card. So let's get started. I use the Old Olive card base, and then for my card I'm going to make with you, I'm using a different pattern than is shown on the sample card. You can see the two different hues. This is more of the let me get my paper back here. I should have these names. This is more of an Old Olive, kind of sage greeny tone, but in the Elegant Pine Snowflake pattern paper, we have Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, Old Olive, Pretty Peacock, that's the color that I was looking for, Secret Sea, and Shaded Spruce greens in there, and variations across those colors. So I'm going to do a pop of color this time. We're going to do this pattern up. And this is supposed to look like snowflakes with made with pine branches. So a nice little pop of color. And then, oh, Susan, you're watching live. Great. Now all of the supplies and measurements will be in our PDF, which we will be sharing after our 12 days are over. So a lot of us, me included, aren't working ahead this time of year, so we don't have all of our projects done, but as soon as we have that PDF available, we will share it with the people who are watching. So be watching your email for that, and ask the demonstrator that invited you to this group for that PDF. So this is just our layer of Old Olive, and I decided to add that at an angle for a little bit of motion. And then the white piece will be straight, should say straight, or at the angles of the card. So let's do some stamping there. We've got, it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas. They missed the a lot, but you know your mind finishes off that phrase. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here and here, stamping into the real red, just flipping it over and making sure we've got a good ink coverage there. Have it off to the right because I'm going to put the gingerbread there. And then while we're stamping red, we're going to do a Santa hat on a strip of paper and a candy cane. And get those out of the way. Inside pieces. So this one I did the sprinkles. Now the sprinkle, you can see I tend to rock it, so if you do get this stamp set, just be aware that it wants, you know, with the old wood mount rubber stamps, you know what I'm talking about, rocking. Just do straight up and down, no rocking, firm and committed pressure, and you won't get the shadowing that I did right there. So let's see if I can do it. You just don't have to press so hard there. Ink transfers just fine with a light touch, but my 30 plus years of stamping, it's a hard habit to break sometimes. Okay, so that's gonna be inside. Outside, I did a little band there of the sprinkles. And just a couple across. Okay, to make a little inked belly band. I'm done with the Real Red, so we're going to get that out of the way. And I'm going to shut this up because I am right over my vent in the ceiling. All right, next we're going to bring this back in. We've got a piece to stamp yet, the gingerbread, and that's in the crumb cake. Right there. Okay, so we're done stamping. I'm going to close that up, the crumb cake ink pad. And you can see that shadowing that I mentioned, it's on the edge of that red rubber. Now now's a good time to probably let you know that Stampin' Up! Has announced that they are moving away from rubber and into photopolymer going forward. I think all of the stamps that are in red rubber or were in production for red rubber will remain, but I think anything new will be photopolymer. And I am fine with that because I like the precise placement that you get with the photopolymer. Okay, so let's do this magic of television swap. So our die cut shapes already die cut. And then I am going to bring in the rest of the set here. So the die cut set, we've got the frosting bag, the tray of cutout cookies, the oven mitt, the rolling pin, Santa hat, gingerbread man, gingerbread person, gingerbread woman, whatever you want, a candy cane, and then a sheet pan, and then the words and the little sprinkles don't have a coordinating die. So a fun little set. I'm a little baker, and yeah, I love all the baking sets they've had. Mom is the repository of any sets I'd never want to give up. So, excuse me there. So she has a lot of baking sets from past years saved for us to use for things like decorating our Christmas treats. Okay, so here are the already stamped ones. Now, let's attach some paper, a few less things on our mat. And there's that. And then this is going to go on the top. Oh, did I stamp the wrong thing? Wait a minute. Oh, hello. Just a minute. Hang on a second. I had two papers there for, two papers in my supply stack for the inside. So I'll use that somewhere else. We're going to have to bring back the Real Red. And let's do, again, so I think 1, 2, 3, and then I need to fill that spot. So I've got just one of these pieces here, a backer sheet from an embellishment pack. We'll put that there so I don't get red on my mat here. Not that that's a huge problem, but I like to try to keep my mat clean. You see I kind of smudged there, but I'm going to cover that up with some of the that old olive piece right here. Okay, we've got another detail here. This old olive baker's twine comes in a 2-pack. It's online exclusive, early espresso, and old olive linen thread pack. And then I should mention the homemade treats stamp and die set is an online exclusive as well. And I get caught. I tend to look online for products, and I have purchased stuff that's only online exclusives, not realizing they're in the regular catalogs, but that's okay. Like as a demonstrator with a business, I like to have purchased stuff from the annual catalog, but the online exclusives, we're getting so many now, and the variety of images, in the online exclusives is great, is wide. A lot of interests are covered, so. All right, so we're just doing an upside down bow. I don't know why this works, but when you tie your bows upside down, the loops point up and the tails point down. Don't know why that works. Science. A little bit of science, just like baking. All of baking is science as well. If you just kind of throw stuff in a mixing bowl and think you're going to make cookies, that's not going to work. And science will laugh you in the face, laugh in your face at that. You gotta have exact measurements of things in your mixing bowl. Okay, so you can use some tear and tape, but to make sure the linen thread doesn't move too drastically far from where you want it, but a roll of Stampin' Seal should keep it secure as well. All right, and then next layer here. Now this card actually came about because I had a lot of these smaller pieces from other project left over, and I thought, even though this Elegant Pines, let me pull this back in. Does it list Old Olive? I think there's Old Olive in there, and sometimes Old Olive is in there. Sometimes they don't list all the shades of the color, like there's Old Olive right in that print right there. Yeah, so started with that piece, looked at my pattern paper pack and saw that, oh yeah, we've got some Old Olive in the pattern paper pack. Okay, so I bounced up, I pounced up, I popped up 2 of these, the Santa hat, and then the candy cane is actually a tiny bit too wide to have one of those, so I know the edge fits just fine. Or a little piece like this. This was like an edge piece. That'll work. And then the gingerbread, I just added a glue dot. I didn't want them all 3 bounced up. There, so sample card we just created. Using the Elegant Pines Designer Series paper, which is an online exclusive, and also the Homemade Treats stamp set and cording die set, online exclusive, and the Baker's Twine and Early Express and Old Olive classic colors that, especially if you're making treats for the season and want to decorate, color coordinate with our Elegant Pines pattern paper. Why don't I go through and just show you what I have left. So Elegant Pines, that's the opposite pattern. I don't have a lot of this left because I've used a lot of it already. This is another pattern. Oh yeah, this is the pattern I used on the sample card. That's the opposite side. This pattern I really like. I think I'm gonna have to put a few of these sheets in my scrapbook. So what I tend to do is I put like 2 to 3 sheets of fun or pattern paper I really like in my scrapbook, and someday I might come back and use it. I just want it there in case I feel the urge to start scrapbooking again. So I like the fact that it has a lot of texture, pines and wide leaves. It has a lot of color with the 3 little cherry cobbler berries, and it has smaller sprigs intertwined as well. I really like this pattern. It's a complete patterned look for me, complete design. All right, so I think that's it. I don't need to yammer on anymore. I hope you have a great day. Make sure you check back in the Global SU Share group for the remaining videos. Again, we'll be doing 1 a day through November 12th. Now, a few of our ladies are in Australia, so their time zones are different, but we're trying to stay within the 12 days in the central time zone. Australia is ahead of us a little bit. And you will get that PDF with all the supplies and the measurements towards the end of the 12 days when we have it compiled. All right, I hope you have a great day, and we'll stamp with you soon. Bye.